So, we are back with another episode of Opinions with Jack. I am your host, Jack, and today I'm with the magnificent Sam. Say hi, Sam.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm okay.
You know, I
I
think
don't know what day it is.
it's Wednesday, the day that we're filming this.
Yeah, I thought it was Tuesday for some reason.
Yeah. You know what I just realised? We have, this is our 19th episode. It should be we should have more, but because we took the break.
19? That's like 35.
35? What?
That 19 is almost like 35, except it isn't. Yeah,
That's,
that joke. That
that's,
joke fell pretty flat.
that's very true, but
It's
yeah. So yeah, we have now. I'm very unprepared for today's episode because I'm going away to Galway tomorrow. So I don't. I'm just gonna wing it. I just said to Sam, I'm like, I don't. I'm very unprepared today, so we're just gonna wing it.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's do this.
yes. So right, I have. I'm looking at a story really quickly before I say let's get into it and play the theme tune. But I'm just trying to. It's an update to another story, so I'm trying to get the original. Oh, here it is. Here's the original. So yeah, right. Are you ready to get into it today, Sam?
Let's jump right into this, you beautiful bastards.
Yeah, Philip. You used to always say that on all things YouTube.
Yeah, let's just jump into it.
So, right, the first story that we have. um, I 37 male got a paternity test done, and now my wife might divorce me over it. My wife 35 female and I 37 male have been married for 12 years, and we have 3 kids, and I always had this nagging feeling that our middle child wasn't mine. Our oldest and youngest look just like me, but my middle child doesn't. My wife showed me a picture of our grandfather, and he does look a lot like him, but he just doesn't have any of my family features. He looks so different than anyone else in the family. I decided I want a paternity test to put my mind at ease. My wife got pretty upset when I brought it up because cheating has always been a deal breaker for her. But I just saw it as all the more reason to get one done. I told her she has nothing. She had not. If she has nothing to hide, she should have no problem with getting one done. Uh, I tested my son, and it turns out he's mine. I thought everything was fine. I had peace of mind, except she told me she was gonna take the kids to her parents for a while. When I asked why, she exploded and told me that she was seriously considering divorcing me over this stunt. Oh. Uh, this was that she was furious at me for doubting her loyalty and knowing how she felt about cheating, and that she would never forgive me for if I put her son through making him question his place in the family. I tried to get her to see my side, that I just wanted to be sure, and that surely she could see why I'd question why he looks nothing like me. She just told me she would never forgive me for this, and that I hoped my foolish pride was worth the cost of my family. She hasn't spoken to me since. I needed advice on how to get her to talk to me and see my side of the story, and that it wasn't so much attack on her character like she seemed to think it was. I don't want a divorce. TLDR, I got a paternity test on my middle child because he doesn't look like me, and my wife wants to divorce me over it.
What is there to make?
It seems that the wife may have something to hide,
What do you mean?
because why would she get so defensive over taking a paternity test? Maybe this is just what I'm thinking. Maybe she tampered with the paternity test to make it make it look like the son is his, but when she really had cheated, I don't know. I'm getting kind of a real fishy vibe off this, that she cheated on him with another man, with the milkman or something. Did you get what I mean?
Okay. I mean, I do understand. I just don't really know if that's reasonable to think.
I know. No, I don't know. I think that maybe she does have something to hide because it just doesn't make sense why she's getting so defensive over the dad wanting to do a paternity test. If she does have nothing to hide and he is actually his, why is she getting so defensive?
Maybe she might think he doesn't trust her.
Yeah, I can understand that, but like also at the same time, like you have to understand, like I don't know, like maybe she does think that, but that's not a reason for divorce. Like talk things out.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I kind of gave it already. Maybe she does like just doubt his trust over her, but I'm not really sure either way.
Yeah, and I can say our point, but let's rate the comment. Top comment. Why can't you see her side though? She understands your side that he looks nothing like you. Did you ever learn about genetics? Some babies just don't look like their parents. It happens all the time. I have a blonde cousin with blue eyes who has a husband with blonde hair and brown eyes. The baby came out a redhead with green eyes. The baby looks nothing like them, and they still know that the baby is theirs. You're trying to justify what you did with a bullshit excuse, and you need to accept that you probably ruined your family forever. Edit spelling errors. Don't know why I needed to read that out, but
Didn't need that.
yeah,
But yeah, you're right. That person's right, actually.
kind of yeah. Like maybe, maybe yeah. I understand that that person is right, but I just seen another comment there. Um, maybe he cheated on her because so the comment says, did you cheat?" And someone replied, this is clearly projection on his part. Cheaters always accuse others of cheating. So maybe he cheated on her and is just trying to like get no, like maybe I don't know. Maybe, I genuinely don't haven't a clue, but I do kind of think that like I don't know. There's a big red box here. Oh, it just says late 30s male.
To be honest, I don't think that the OP was. How do I articulate this properly? I think the OP was kind of overreacting, saying, "Oh, the child doesn't look like me," even though it doesn't have to.
Yeah,
Sure, it normally does, but not all the time.
yeah. There is an update, so I'll rate the update out. So this post, the original post was posted 8 months ago,
Yeah,
and no, the original post was 10 months ago, and it was, and then like what you call it, it's the update was posted 8 months ago, so it's obviously a 2 month thing. But so it's been a couple months now, and I thought I'd update. My wife finally agreed to sit down with me after a couple of weeks after I posted, and some of you said she doesn't want to stay with me. We talked, and basically it boiled down to she wants a divorce because I don't trust her, and it and thinks so poorly of her character that I thought she'd pass another man's child off as mine. She said that she'll never forgive me for treating me son so apart. Apparently, he asked
apparently.
yeah, why I hated him. I didn't realise I treated him so differently, but apparently it was obvious. I tried to defend myself, but she asked what I meant then because no matter how I tried to dress it up, I accused her of cheating and treat her son like trash because he wasn't my spitting image. She then brought up she wondered if I was projecting only because one of us had ever identified in their background and it wasn't her. That stung because while yes, I had cheated in two past relationships, I never cheated on her. I think she says she never cheated at all, but that didn't stop me from accusing her of her. It did. So now my kids don't talk to me, and my wife wants to divorce me all over a paternity test.
To be honest, with how little that the husband trusts her, I think she has a reason.
Yeah, yeah, that is true, and like now that I have that little bit of more of context, I can understand. Yeah, I do understand where she's coming from. And if I was that wife, I'd divorce him too, because like,
So you're on the side of the wife then?
yeah, now I am
Yeah,
after saying like this side of it, and like
exactly.
getting more context. I start to believe.
Context is everything, kids.
Yeah,
But
that's
kids, I hope no kids are watching this because we say the fuck word.
yeah. Well, there's an explicit warning on this, so I put an explicit warning on every episode, no matter what happens, no matter what. I put an explicit warning on. Am I the asshole for telling me boyfriend's friend I make twice what he does when they called me a gold digger and he didn't defend me? I'm in a relationship with a guy who also works in tech. He makes 68k and I make 130k. Jesus Christ. I am a mechanical engineer at a robotics startup. He works a more stable job programming at a large company. He brought me to meet his friends at a party and they asked me about myself. His friends mostly work in tech. Uh, and talk about themselves in terms of their job. I told them I'm a hiker, I do archery, I love road trips and camping and riding dirt bikes, etc. Uh, Basically talking about my hobbies because work is just a way to get paid to do the shit I love. It's not how I define myself, and it doesn't come to mind when someone asks me, wants me to tell them about myself. One of his friends asked about me at work, and I goes, "Oh gosh, I don't want to talk about work at a party." Spent me whole day sweating my ass off in 95-degree heat, trying to replace his busted ass motor just to find the replacement part was also fucked. I wasn't lying or trying to downplay it. I have a good job. That is really how I spent my day, and I wasn't in the mood to talk about shop at a party. Some other conversations came up casually and probably also made me seem poorer, like me saying the car dealerships repairs were a rip off and telling me boyfriend that my childhood neighbour's trailer caught on fire and I was gonna visit her and help her out. I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was literally just talking about my life, but I guess I gave the impression I was poorer. It got later in the night, everyone was getting drunker, and some of his friends, not close ones though, were making jokes about me growing up in a trailer and being a gold digger, and I was ready to jump to a richer guy. Really misogynistic shit, honestly, since they didn't even know me, seemed to just assume all girls are gold diggers. He didn't say anything. He later said that it was because he smoked weed and had quite trouble carrying on a quick conversation when he's high. But regardless, I felt hurt he didn't say anything. I got irritated with his friends and asked, now, why the hell would you say that I make twice what he does? His friends went quiet for a second. And I continued there ain't no goal to dig here, not with him or anyone at this party. So do y'all think I'm cheap or do you think I'm stupid? My boyfriend wanted to leave the party shortly after, and as he was pretty upset with me for telling everyone I make twice as much as he does. I said I wouldn't have to hold me tongue if he checked his friends himself, but he didn't say anything, so I wasn't about to let him talk to me like that. He said I was humiliating, and now everyone thinks I'm a bitch, and flippantly said, at least they know I'm a rich bitch. He was angry I embarrassed him when I spoke up. I was angry that I had to say anything at all because of his friends were talking shit. So it should be on him to check. This stuff is still intense. Am I the asshole for explaining why I'm not a gold digger?
So what's the score?
The Reddit has them marked as not the asshole. And
Right.
no, she's really not.
I can't think why not.
Because,
I mean, I can't think why that. Sorry, I can't think why I could disagree with you. I do think that they're not the asshole.
yeah, and they aren't. Because, she's just defending herself when I
Simple
stupid.
as that.
What?
Simple as that. She's defending herself
Yeah,
against a
yeah,
bunch of sexists.
when our boyfriend wouldn't stick up for herself, you know what he is?
But
In the words of the TikTok sound, he's a shriveled little short dick man.
oh jeez.
Yeah, that's a TikTok sound. Um, but that TikTok sound is just him all over.
I never use TikTok.
Dana.
No.
Well, he is.
That's really just all I have to say.
Yeah. I actually went to cross post that into the subreddit, but I can't because someone already cross posted. So good. But right, discussion. What do you think?
Discussion. What do I think?
Yeah.
Well, I think she was right to stick up to them. That's really all I have to say.
Yeah, so do
You
I, and I
know,
think that like if you were in that position, like what would you do? Like, would you do the same thing?
likely.
Yeah, like I think she should just break up with a boyfriend. That's the honest thing that think she should do.
Is there any updates on this story? Because I'm curious to know what she
No,
did with him
no, it was
afterwards.
only posted
Oh, okay.
21 hours ago, so
So it's probably still developing.
yeah, like yeah, I think she's not. Yeah, no, no, she's not an asshole. Yeah, no, so like right, let's just rate the comments. So
Yeah.
top comment, not the asshole. So your boyfriend was too high to say anything to support you, was sober enough to complain when you rightly calling him him and his rude mate too. Red flag. That's yeah,
Oh, I didn't notice that actually.
yeah. That neither did I. Second comment, yeah, but it's okay for her to be humiliated, but not him. Edit. I mean, them calling her out a gold digger was humiliating. He's an asshole for then only being upset because he felt humiliated because he earns less. Yeah, that's a pride thing to him. He's only giving out because his ego and his pride's been damaged.
Yeah.
Like. So what? Like, if you are really a good boyfriend, you wouldn't care about how much you make compared to your girlfriend. Like, you wouldn't.
Mm.
This comment caught me eye. When my wife and I were engaged, I had a college debt and a crap entry level job in IT. She covered my ass for years, make double my take home. The tables turns have gone up a ladder, but a couple of years from now she'll be floating me again. We constantly joke about how I can't wait for me sugar mama to return. 25 years of marriage, and I would love it however I worked out. I don't understand this weird who makes more is important for reasons dynamic. I hope she makes double what I make because then we will be doing fantastic, and that's what it's about. Tamos, OP is a baller. Stay salty. She's earned it. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
I've taken the words out of my mouth.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's what you need. It's
Yeah.
definitely what I need a lot of the time because of how much I suck at giving reasons.
Well, yeah. No, you don't. No, you don't
You
suck.
didn't disagree now, did you?
No, no. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I mean, That's like me sometimes, but like you didn't suck in the first story.
Alright,
What?
I said okay.
Um. No, like right, this next comment caught me eye. A good marriage is like that. My wife is thinking about working again after being a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. I told her whatever she wants to do, I'm cool with. She's an electrical engineer. I'm a network designer, and I'm about to retire soon. So we're basically flipping roles as that is the fraying thing when you and your partner see eye to eye in life. Careers come and go, but just being together stays. That's true. Couples who make more than each other stay together. Now, you know
What?
what? You know what someone told me before.
What?
Someone goes to me, friends who piss together stay together.
Okay, sure, why not?
No, there's a reason behind that. Cause like what you call it, we were both going to the toilet at the same time because we were out. Right, I'll explain. A few weeks ago, I started Outreach, and we went out to Microsoft, and we were both going to the bathroom, and then she just randomly goes as she was walking in, "Friends who piss together stay together." I'm like, yes,
I just at the same time I thought something a little more not
no,
want to talk here.
no. Anyway, um, this comment caught me eye. The word misogyny popped here, and just the misogyny here was real. Why would it be humiliating for one person in a couple to be earning more than the other? because the one earning more is a woman. I'm single and dating, and I don't advertise it, which is a point with any man I date where they realise I must be earning significantly more than them, and it's an amazing job how quickly they start making condescending jokes or passive aggressive comments about my job. One guy called me a quote lucky girl for having me sing a tech role. It's not luck. I didn't get here by accident, and I'm almost 40 for fuck's sake. I started using it as a limited test, talking to new people, let them know that I'm doing very well with a niche technical field. See how they react. Wades out of the asshole. And
Okay, yeah.
yeah, but like I think it's a whole like pride thing, and it's like his ego's been damaged,
that-
and like he's a fucking prick. That's what he is.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next story. Right, so now what we're doing is we are doing a new thing. We're not doing a new thing. We're just filtering this Am I the Asshole results and getting assholes. So, am I the asshole for telling me son that he needs to stop acting weird to not get bullied in school? Yes, you're a major asshole. Um,
All right, next story.
yeah, next story. No, I'm messing. My son is 14 and is a textbook example of edgelord. He's into wolves. He talks about wolves and werewolves non-stop at the dinner table, and most of us are sick of it. I lost count of the weird stuff he says and does in public, like jump up and down, clap at Walmart, which freaked me wife. His mom and his two sisters because there were people recording us and recording his sudden mental breakdown at a game that we paid for, and we had to leave because he made a scene. He's extremely loud in conversations, and I have to tell him to tone it down. He gets bullied at school a lot. We can only fight with the skill to stay on top of this for so long. They're not doing anything about it, and wife gave up. When he get We get calls from teachers very frequently about other odd behaviours, including whispering to himself, which does a lot at home, howling, and using his mom's fur scarf wrapped around his waist so it looks like a tail. We are in the process of trying to get him evaluated of the advice of the teachers. I don't know of any mental conditions that may make him act like this. He's about to enter high school, and the past couple of years he switched schools at least twice because we had to break lease a couple of times and move somewhere else when the bullying got really bad. He's going to start school in an expensive private school. We are paying out of pocket upwards for £2 grand a year for him, so he gets into a safe environment. In hopes he won't get bullied. My wife thinks that children in private schools are better behaved, but I'm not convinced. My son's trying to fit every time we have to switch skills. I told him that we have to change skills so many times due to his bullying, and if he gets bullied in every school he goes to, he needs to look at himself and stop doing whatever it is that's making him a target. I told him no more of that clapping and jumping up and down at Walmart, no more talking about wolves or muttering to himself or dressing up like a furry, and no more that makes nonsense of not showering and smelling like a landfill in public. Watch what the other kids are doing at school and learn how they act, and maybe he will get friends in school. I told him all of that and everything he did wrong, and he shut down. We've been trying to help him and protect him from all the bullying that has happened so much to a point where we have to hold him accountable. And I told him that I will hold him accountable because we are paying for his school and we are not going to have issues there again. My son shut down and locked himself in his room and never spoke to us since the conversation, and the wife thinks I was being a dick when I told him it's past time we tell him to act together so he doesn't have a target for bullying, especially when he's entering high school next year and we are paying a lot of money for that skill. Am I the asshole? Yes,
Oh,
you are a major asshole. What if you can't say that you're not the asshole in this situation? What, like, look at it. You're putting it on Reddit. If that doesn't tell you that you're an asshole, then I don't know what will.
okay. Why do you think he's the asshole, though?
Because he's literally telling his son not to be weird. Now I can understand, but you have to think of it this way. There could be a number of different reasons. He could be autistic. He could be on the spectrum. He could have many different things wrong with him. But the first thing that springs to mind is autism,
Okay.
because like it sounds like what it sounds like it, like from what he's doing, but like a lot he doesn't mention it in this or like, but I do think it's autism with the son, and his dad just is fucking, what's the word, ableist. That's what dad is.
Yeah, I do agree with you with that.
Yeah. Top comment also, Sam, your favourite, a big red box comment.
It has a star on it. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Autism is my guess. Wolves are a special interest. Whatever neurodivergency your son has, it's not going to go away through lectures. These bullies won't stop just because he stopped talking about wolves. In fact, something like 70% of neurodivergent kids are constantly socially isolated by the time they're in high school. If it is autism, contact with ASAN and other organisations made by autistics for autistics. They'll help your son reach functional rather than a quote normal that you probably can't achieve. And
Okay.
I agree. But also the muttering to himself, maybe that's his way of like stimming.
That's stimulating, right?
Yeah, that's like,
That's not short for.
it's kind of the best way as to explain it is it's basically like ticks, like the way people with Tourette's tick, but it's completely voluntary stimulus.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what it is. Like I know how it's presented. I just didn't know if it was short for like something like that. But now I know.
Yeah, I'm explaining for everyone as well, but like
Oh,
it's completely voluntary. Like it's because obviously with Tourette's, you can't help it, but stimming, people with autism do it to like kind of like, see, because I follow these two autistic people on TikTok and they explain it. It's basically a way to like stimulate yourself.
yeah.
But this person says here, muttering to himself could be his way of stimming. By the way, I do this when I'm embarrassed. I'll just repeat sentences. That's what I do. If I'm after having like an awkward conversation, I just sit there and repeat the conversation to myself. I'm like, what could I have done wrong? Or what could I have said differently?
I like make better responses in the shower kind of thing, but it's out of the shower.
Yeah, or like, uh, like acting out conversations in the shower. And then the
Yeah,
conversation's not going that way at all.
exactly.
Yeah. This other comment here, if I can get off the award page, because it's trying to let me give an award, but I don't have any coins to give awards. Come on. Alright. Refresh. We're just going to refresh the page. It's not what. Hold on. Let me pause. So now it's refreshed now. But so the next comment, that was my first thought as well. I have ASD and ADHD and think you should probably be tested for both. I very much agree that you cannot lecture it away. Besides, with him being bullied at school for a skill, you're his only allies at this stage. I know what it's like growing up feeling you've got no one on your corner, and I hope that it's necessary to spare him that. Get a diagnosis as swiftly as possible. Educate yourself and educate the skill if needs be. I know it's heartbreaking to have your kid bullied, but he sounds like a really cool kid. Could possibly take him to see wolves sometimes at a zoo, perhaps. Another comment. It's called. I'm gonna try to say this without butchering it. Echolalia, though it is not. I believe.
Echolalia?
Yeah, echolalia. That was not. I believe. But I'd have to look it up. A diagnostic serum for ASD. There are strong indications for comorbidity.
Comorbidity is, I believe.
Yeah, and maybe he's just a
I don't know.
furry.
These are big words.
Maybe he just likes being a furry.
Okay.
Um, like what I think is that the dad should obviously do a bit of research on why his son could be acting like this, and start um don't start criticizing him for something that he can't control, because if it is autism, then your son can't control that.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah, this when it took me decades to uncover this aspect of my autism. I was known as the kid with the words. I would get hooked on words slash phrases slash sounds like mage or something that sounded like an enemy. My friend hit me for those. I do mean lightly bullied, but I helped trying to a manageable point because I imagine it is massively annoying to do this every hour. I still make random beeps, tongue clicks, repeat things over and over. The other day I spent 90 plus seconds repeating the word PM in rapid succession. I believed it was the supernatural and I might be worried. I know I'm just crazier than a soup sandwich though. Alright, lovely. That's that's just lovely.
Oh,
These two comments caught me eye.
what are they?
Um, I have me suspicions that autism rates have become more apparent because our modern world is not kind to people with autism. We live crushed together in huge crowds with electronic lights and sounds flashing around us at all times. Information bombarding us from all sides, neon colours and continuous near instant change. My grandfather was autistic but lived his life quite happy as a farmer. He had no problem with his condition at all. People around him just considered it, quote, odd duck. Lovely. And then
Yeah.
I'm absolutely certain this is a huge contributing factor. Also, the fact that diagnostics such as quote idiotic were removed and the autism spectrum broadened by a lot. But before it was just the worst of that really got diagnosed and wasn't talked about, so people didn't even recognise it but anything as a quote odd duck. I'm suspecting more, and my grandfather, 86, might be on the spectrum. A lot of his behaviours are just a little overlapping with many typical autistic behaviours. However, he's happy and pretty content, so I'm not really giving a shit. So yeah, let's move on to the next story. Would I be the asshole if I put an AirTag on someone's car? Now, again, this is from filtered assholes. So yes, you will be the asshole. It's genuinely interested for a Reddit take on this because I would never have even thought it's even a credible question to ask. Holly, 35 female, is an old friend of me wife's and mine, 35 male. It says F slash so I'm just gonna say that she's been there for us she's been there for each of us over the years. Until a couple months ago, Holly lived in the city about 2 hours away. She had gone pretty deep down the path of drugs, including crack. She got kicked out of the place she was renting and lost her long time job with the public school system. Was a significant hesitation, but we said she could come stay with us temporarily while she was getting her life back together, getting a new job, getting into recovery, and getting some place to live nearby. My wife and I don't drink or do drugs. We have a 1.5 year toddler. We generally seem to be Holly genuinely seems to be doing better. She's obviously struggled and felt bad when she first came up, but has been going to AA and more recently NA meetings. Yesterday, she allegedly went to dinner with an NA person who that might become her sponsor. She left at 4 p.m., texted that she was coming home at 7 p.m. When we asked again at 10, she said she wound up just talking, and she finally rolled in about 1. There had been a couple of times in the last 2 months where she said she will say she needs to do something quick. Example, get something from our storage unit in big city and wind up disappearing until late night. She has given us quote find my tracking visibility on our iPhone, which we did not ask for, but that was coincidentally unable to find her all night. We expressed to her that she needs to be home before our early bedtime, which really bothers us when she says one she's gonna be home at a certain time and then isn't, which has happened a couple of times. She was very flaky about being late even before coming and staying with us, and two comes rolling in after late when we and the baby are all in bed. If she's using our place as a platform to stabilise her life, we are willing to help. If she's using our place as a rent-free home base to continue gallivanting, we just aren't interested in supporting that. Her disappearing for 9 hours a night last night just felt kind of sus. So Reddit, would I be the asshole to track her car without her knowing? Yeah, you would be.
Why is that?
Because that's a bit like, well, first off, Reddit said they are the asshole.
Yeah.
But also, like, he's literally, that's a bit of a weird thing to do, like, to track someone's car, especially without them knowing.
Yeah, if it's without them knowing, that's just weird
And it's also illegal to do that.
and illegal.
Yeah, so not the best idea to do, but there's an edit here. It seems my initial consensus is I would be the big asshole for doing this and probably illegal. Thanks for the sanity check on the bad idea, Reddit. Top comment. Yep, you will be the asshole. If you don't trust her, she's not following the rules, then kick her out. Don't do the sneaky stalking tracker shit. This is creepy and scary as shit. If you don't like living with her, then have her move. You don't start invading her privacy like this, even if it is illegal. And is this even legal? You would be the
Yeah.
asshole. In this case, your hunch is very likely correct, but it is a major breach to trust to tag someone. Don't do, don't do that. Instead, make us some stance clear, or crystal clear. If the, if the behaviour doesn't change, then it's time for her to get her own place. Your major role in this relationship at the moment is to be a beacon of responsibility and hope for that what she could have if she continues on the right path. Sometimes that means making tough decisions, be consistent and firm, stick to your word, and make clear the consequences of our actions. This comment caught me eye. You will be the asshole if you did so without telling her. As someone who has similarly helped a family member by opening me home, I would say a few things. You absolutely get to set boundaries and enforce said boundaries. You don't get to decide sobriety for your loved one. Discuss the option of accountability with Holly. Don't make it an ultimatum because addicts deserve respect, but they also lie. Two, you might want to consider an all anon meeting. Uh, an AA meeting or resources for yourselves. At the very least, some research on codependency because this is already seems out of hand. 3. Please don't sacrifice yourself of your well-being. Not saying that you are, but is what I wish someone would have told me. Your heart's in the right place, but addiction is a family disease and it will affect you even more if your boundaries aren't decided and enforced. If the ear tag wouldn't ultimately help you make a decision or whether or not to put her out, don't even bring it up. Personally, I'd go to violating toward boundaries through edit words for clarity. I don't know why I keep reading stuff out like that.
Why do we keep people put edit for misspelling? Just edit it and say nothing.
Yeah,
Like, we don't need to know.
yeah. Um, yeah. Like, everyone's just telling them here. Oh, wait, this is a long comment that caught me eye. You're the asshole. Under no circumstances should you be using any kind of surreptitious. I'm not even gonna say that.
Surreptitious.
Surreptitious tracking device behind anyone's back. It's fucking creepy and stalkery, an invasion of privacy. I understand in, incl- inclination of human
Inclination.
inclination of human beings to want to do these type of things, checking texts, tracking phone, reading email, etc. Whenever someone when someone in their life is doing something to make you feel like you can't trust them, the answer is not about using covert methods to catch them in a lie to prove you are right for doubting their word. The answer is to trust yourself. If someone's words are there to make you not trust them, then that is the only proof you need. Their words and their deeds, and you do not have faith in yourself to decide what to do next. Either you end the relationship or you put less expectation on that person, or you step back a bit from the relationship. It doesn't actually matter what she really was doing. As her actions as they have made you suspect her, which as a recovering addict she shouldn't understand. She should understand it if she's not using as trying to build trust and a recovery program, then she should understand a word is important. If she says she'll be somewhere, she will be there. When she's not, given her history of substance abuse, she should acknowledge people will question her word. She should understand in order to receive the type of support you're offering, her actions need to have a lot of transparency, especially since she is so early on in the recovery. She hasn't built up enough history of being in recovery to have built up more trust to give her the benefit of the doubt. Listen to your gut. Don't use shady, shitty means to catch her. Have a conversation with her about her actions and then make you and your wife feel and what she says now. How she responds will tell you a lot more than a fucking tracker will. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
and I completely agree with that. So that is all we have for you today. I know this was a really, really short episode, but I'm really tired, and also I have to. Yeah, I just need to get this edited and posted for like to be posted on Friday. So yeah, thanks for. I know I say this every week, but Sam, do you want your socials tagged?
Uh, I'm gonna say my signature catchphrase. Uh, what's now in another language? Neil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alright. Um, if you want to, all my socials are linked down below. Me Twitter, Twitch, and me the Instagram to the podcast is also down below. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, all the same links are down below because I started posting on YouTube. And um, yeah, support. You sign up to our Patreon. It's currently free because we need people, and then we can make it. We can put a price. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.